Alright, so it's time for me to get out of my comfort zone. I've been always using the same stock plugins in Ableton, and Ableton has a lot of different types of plugins. So I would like to start learning a little bit about different types of plugins that I could use, what they do, and just start getting better and having a little more tools in my tool belt to be able to get the sounds that I hear in my head out in the computer. So what we're gonna do is this new series called What's in Stock. So for the first episode, we're going to talk about auto filter, and we're going to go through how I use it. It's one of my favorite stock plugins in Ableton, and just some quick tips and tricks on the auto filter. And then every week we're going to go down a different stock plugin and learn what it does, how it works, and how we could use it for. So here we go. Auto filter, what's in stock. This is how the auto filter looks by default when you bring it into Ableton. So it looks like an EQ if you haven't used auto filter before. It's kind of an EQ. You can select what you want to filter out and what you want to do. So it starts off with a low pass filter. By lowering the frequency, you can kind of choose what frequency you want to cut out. You can choose a high pass filter. You can choose a little notch, I think it's called, or something, or a bump. Then there's the dip. And this option is actually a new one that I'm not really sure what it does. So we're going to be able to kind of have fun with it and see how it goes. So here in the first thing that I usually use auto filter for is as a low pass filter for my drums, vocals, instruments, anything to make it a smooth kind of low tone kind of sound. So I pulled out this drum from one of my sample packs. Sorry, my screen recording is kind of acting up, and we're gonna just put on this auto filter and do the first thing that I'm gonna do is just low pass it. Use the auto filter as a low pass filter. So hit the low pass button, select the frequency that you want. You can play with the resonance to boost it up a little bit or low, just depends quality, just the sound that you want. It all depends. And we're already getting a pretty cool sound. Now, a good thing that you can do with auto filter as well is this envelope section. So it's gonna take the audio signal going into the auto filter, and any peaks that it finds, it's gonna modify the frequency of your low pass filter, high pass filter, whatever you want. So the higher the envelope is, the more effect you're gonna get. And so let's just listen to it and see what it does. So you can see whenever the snare hits, the auto filter opens up and we get more of the high frequency. So you get a little more movement that's in sync with the audio signal, that you're getting in. And if you pull it all the way down the other way, it's going to do the opposite effect. Whenever a peak comes in, the auto filter is going to lower, bring the frequency the other direction, so lower instead of bringing it up higher. So that's pretty cool. And then you can play with the attack and the release and have some fun with that. Now, another cool thing with auto filter is the LFO section. So this is gonna allow you to, like the auto filter says, it's gonna allow you to automatically control the frequency cutoff of whatever you've selected using an LFO. So you can select either the rate either by hertz or by beats. So quarter notes, 8 notes, 16 notes, and then it's just gonna go moving around the frequency cutoff of your auto filter. So it's really cool for some synths if you want to get some wobbles. Let's see how it does on the drums just to have an idea. Now if I bring this up, you're getting a little bit of that playfulness here. Select the shape if you want it square to make it like a kind of echoey. That's actually pretty cool. You can just play around with that, have fun with it. It works really well on synths and on vocals. You can have some really cool effect with vocals. Now, there's a secret sauce, a secret section in the auto filter that a lot of people don't know, and it's the sidechain section. So if you click on this little triangle right here, you have the sidechain option here. So for your envelope, instead of having the own audio signal that's going into the auto filter triggering that envelope, what you can do is select a different audio signal. So if you're using this, for example, on a synth and you want the kick to trigger the envelope of your auto filter to move the cutoff frequency, you can do that using the sidechain section. So it's exactly the same as in a compressor, if you know the compressor in Ableton. So all you have to do is turn on the sidechain, select the audio input that you want to trigger your auto filter, and then just play around with the gain and the mix and just try to fine tune everything that you want. So this is a really cool section. And that's pretty much all I use auto filter for. So yeah, you can load up some different presets that they have. Let's see, top off crunch, for example. Snare sizzle. So there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with auto filter, and I highly recommend you guys play around with it and see what it does, how you can use it for, and it's gonna become one of your favorites right away. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about auto filter. And next week we're going to try out a different stock plugin. We're going to see how it goes. It's going to be very quick, very short videos. So I hope you guys learned something from this. And if you need any help, leave a comment at the bottom. Send me an email if you have any questions. And let me know what stock plugin you want me to work on next if you have any ideas. And yeah, so peace out. Much love from Hawaii, and see you guys very soon. Peace.